guys, it's Jeff.
And it's Trent. Today we're at the City of Saginaw Fire Department.
We're going to show you what it takes to be a firefighter, so come along for the ride.
First thing we have to do is get our gear on, and it's all about speed. Ready, boys? Go!
I'm still back at the station. They're already fighting with the fires, man. For someone who has no training, as you saw, I couldn't even get my boots on.
Yeah.
I mean, is that all in-house training here, or do you guys?
Well, it depends. If wherever they go and apply and get hired at, sometimes they'll get them the training and they'll help train them, or they'll put them through a school. In the City of Saginaw here, you don't necessarily need the certification. We'll hire qualified candidates without it, and then we will get them the training they need, and then on-the-job training after that.
This is engine 1. This is the primary apparatus that responds out of station 1. It has a crew of 3. Its main job at a fire is to pump water so we can suppress the fire. It has a 1,500 gallon per minute pump on it. The driver is in charge of obviously driving the vehicle, but also running the pump, running all of the equipment is on the apparatus. You'll notice in the seat there's an air pack in there, and that's what we wear into fires. So on the way to the fire scene, we're able to take the air pack, put it on our back, and once we get to the fire, we can step right out and immediately go to work. Up here are all the levers, gauges as well that show the different pressures that we're pumping at. You know, which hose I want to open at the time. I use the corresponding lever. This compartment is our vehicle extrication compartment. So when we have a vehicle accident, people are trapped, pinned in, we use these tools to help get them out. We can cut the car, we can spread the car, pry it apart, so that we can get the injured individual out.
Would you say that places are hiring right now? Is this a pretty big calling?
Yes, it is. I mean, it's a competitive calling, but most of the men and women that work here, is just something they really want to do. So they apply at multiple places until they find a place that works.
So as you know, every crew, every job, there's always a boss. The boss sits up here in the front passenger seat. He's responsible for everyone and everything that's on this vehicle.
How was that?
And then for you, how rewarding has this experience been?
Oh, it's the best job in the world. I love it. I wouldn't do anything else. You know, it's one of those jobs that when I found it, everything clicked. It was like, oh, I get to be part of a team. I get to give back. I get to help. I get to be active. Everything I ever wanted to do, it's right here.
I'm Tay. I'm an EMT with MMR. I've been here for about 4 years, and I'm here to show you what it's all about. You want to come see?
Awesome. Yes, let's go. Let's take a tour.
These are longboard splints. You can break them in half, and it's for long bones. So if you have somebody with a broken leg and like it's a lower fracture, you can just sit there and put it down on here like this, and you break it and put it in half on each side. Wrap it up. And then this is our giant O2. This is our main. Call it our main O2. So I went through a hybrid program. I did a 6-week course. I went Monday through Friday, 8 to 5.
Okay.
I did it. I started on actually January 16th, and then I ended. I believe it was March 8th.
How many calls do you typically get a day?
You could do 2 calls a night. You can do upwards. Currently, it's like 8 or 9. I ran a shift where I did 14. Say, Annie, are you okay?
Say hey, Lori. We'll call 911 and get an AED.
All right, I'm gonna go call 911 and get an AED. Here's your AED.
Attach ether petrol, touch, take, analyzer. Being shock button. Shock delivered. Start CPR.
That's how you do it. Somebody would take over after you did the AED.
Let me know when you see them.
So each station has lights that tell us if the dispatcher is available or not for a call or just to talk. If the light is green, it means they're available. They're not on a call, they're not dispatching a unit. If the light is yellow, it does mean that they are over the air talking to a unit. If the light is red, then that means they're on the phone and just completely unavailable to talk. We have a lot of software that we use. We use a computer-aided dispatch, which is CAD. So we can go through all the cards on our computers rather than flipping through cards. We use Marvelous, which is a predictability software. We use that in Saginaw County and Genesee County, where we can predict where the calls are going to be based on historical call volume. We can also see all of our units, where they're positioned and how far they can get within 8 minutes and 59 seconds of where they're at. So a Type 3 ambulance is the ambulance that you saw today. It's called a mod, typically. Those ambulances, brand new with no equipment installed, they are about $150,000. And once you add all the equipment, like the stretcher, the monitor, and everything in between, an ambulance in total is about $250,000.
The schooling to become an EMT is about 4 months long. It's done here in-house at MMR. And then after that, the paramedic course is anywhere from 12 to 18 months, again done here in-house. It's a lot of class work, but then you also have ride-along time that you have to do.
Hey Siri, what's the closest Taco Bell?
Recalculating to Taco Bell.
Breaker 19. Okay.
Would you put